Hey, what is up guys, it's Minnie and welcome to a very different kind of video. Today we're going to be covering the top 10 weapons, top 10 best weapons in Call of Duty World War II Zombies. Before I begin, I just want to mention two things. One, this video is going to be based on an opinion and opinion alone. This isn't based on like actual statistics. This is just my personal best weapons to use. And also, I'm not going to be including weapons like the Tesla gun for obvious reasons. It's the wonder weapon. It's supposed to be better than the other guns. But I'm also not going to be including the Gewehr 43, the GPMG, or the Sten. That's because these guns were added into the game, and I just want to use base weapons only because it'll be, I don't know, it kind of seems weird to add to use added weapons now because they're going to add weapons later on in the game. I'm pretty sure they're going to do that. So, just in case they add a weapon later on that's better than the ones they added now, I'm just going to do base weapons, and yeah, let's go ahead and begin. Starting off our list at the number 10 spot is the M1941 Assault Rifle. The first time I used this weapon was when I finished up the Pack-a-Punch Easter egg of Großenhaus. Totally mispronounced that, you can definitely tell I took 2 years of German. I was smashing through the box trying to get an MG15 or a bar or something that was something really good. I was low on points at the moment, so I decided to use the M19, and I was like, hey, it's pretty good. I then realized that it was only wave 11. Don't get me wrong, the M1941 is a very powerful weapon. It has good damage, reasonable fire rate, and gives good points. It's a good weapon, but after the medium to later rounds, it becomes kind of useless, and it just gets good for racking up points after a specific point. Coming in at our number 9 spot, we have the MP40. The MP40 is an absolute classic. I remember the first time I used it was on Kino der Toten, when Black Ops 1 was still a relevant and like super popular game back in like 2010, 2011. Ever since I used it then, I have like fallen in love with the gun, using it all the time in Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2. However, when they added it back into Zombies Chronicles, it kind of sucked. I'm talking about the actual MP40, not that HG40 bullshit. When they added it back to like the Origins version for Zombies Chronicles, it kind of sucked. It really wasn't that great. I was really disappointed with it. And then when they announced, World War II, I was like, oh hell yeah, man! The MP40 and the PPSH are making a comeback. Sadly, though, neither of them are that good. The MP40 is still a usable gun. Don't get me wrong. It just isn't nearly as good as it used to be. I used to be able to use that thing until like round 20. Now I can use it till like round 12 at the highest. Entering the list at the number 8 spot, we have the STG44. The STG for zombies and unlike multiplayer is a balanced weapon. It isn't incredibly powerful, but it does get the job done and then some. It's good for damage, it has a reasonable fire rate, it gives good points, it overall is a good weapon. However, it does become a little useless after the like medium later rounds. I seem to unload magazine after magazine into only a few zombies. I like it, but the usefulness of the gun does drop pretty quick, not even gonna lie. After like round 16, I'd say it's time to switch over to something else. Getting onto the list at our number 7 spot is the MG42. This gun, to me at least, is very similar to the MP40. The first time I used the MG42 was way back in World at War Zombies on Nacht der Toten, similar to how the first time I used the MP40 was way back in Black Ops 1. I also believe that both of these guns were better back in the game they originated from. Do not get me wrong though, the MG42 is a really good gun in World War II Zombies. The main reason it's so on the list, however, is because it seems better when the gun is not pack-a-punched than when it is pack-a-punched. When you pack-a-punch it against a ridiculously high fire rate, though it doubles its magazine capacity to like 100 rounds, I think, it still runs out of ammo so gosh diddly darn fast, big fellas. Like, if you were to hold down the trigger with a full magazine to see how fast it drains, it would probably only take you about 4 seconds to reach empty. It's a really good gun. I just hate the fact that I need to constantly go back to the pack-a-punch or excuse me, weapon upgrade, just so I can get ammo for a couple more seconds. The gun does have the pack-a-punch name Bonesaw though, so that's pretty cool. Hitting up our list at the number 6 spot is the bar. The bar, unlike the MP40 and MG42, really prevails in this game. I know a majority of the zombies community hates the World at War bar. I personally liked it a lot, but I can agree with saying that it is much better in this game than it is in World at War. both zombies-wise and multiplayer-wise. However, if you ask me, people who use bar and multiplayer prefer. I really like this gun, but it kind of shares the same weakness as the MG42, except it's just the fact that this gun has too little ammo instead of too high of a fire rate. Nonetheless, this is a great gun in the low to medium rounds. I'd even say this gun is useful till round 15 without Pack-a-Punch or Kugel Blitz. Fuck's sake, I keep on messing those two up.